What movie deserved a sequel but never got one? Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. I feel like the time is ripe for a Spaceballs sequel. If they had done it a few years after the first one, there wouldn't be that many good jokes to make, as they'd already pretty thoroughly mocked Star Wars, various sci-fi films, the genre at large, and blockbuster money-making merchandising. Now though you have 3 trilogies each with its own generation of fans across decades, TV shows, spin-off films, a billion books, comics, games, and tons of different types of merchandise. There's more material to work with, to riff. You could riff on the whole nature of canon and continuity, on squabbles between camps within a fandom, extra media becoming more important. Wanna know why the hell Maul is in Solo, or generally want to see a better progression of Anakin to the dark side? Better start watching cartoons for dozens of hours. Then there's the inability to prevent spoilers nowadays with the internet. Edit, I'm imagining, in what would be Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2, a running joke of some character's origin not be totally understood, with a Rashomon effect of everyone claiming something different. Until inevitably everyone just starts looking it up on their phones on Schwartzipedia. The confusion continues between the Happen tab and the Happen tab on each entry. Then another previously unseen character will just show in the middle of the movie, and everyone will know who it is except one guy. And the audience won't know who it is either. Wait, who the hell is that? Geez, didn't you watch the streaming show? There will also be characters that didn't like Spaceballs 2 and want it retconned away. With at least one person wearing a Release the Brooks cut shirt. Edit 2, the entire movie will be leaked online while they're still making it. Enter Mr. Internet and Mr. VPN. The heroes or villains will also search Mr. Internet for spoilers in order to get a jump on the other. Only for it to have been a deliberate mislead spread by the other. A spoiler, that misread could have been. Lamau, that would be amazing. Dread. There's a production company with the rights that went ahead and built facilities specifically for making a TV series sequel to the movie. I'm not sure what the current status is, even ignoring COVID. So totally this, I love that film, saw it at the cinema 3 times, was impressed that it used 3D to really create depth, rather than the normal somethings coming out the screen at the audience style. Really played on the brutal nature of the megacity and block life and captured so much of the tone of the comics, and so many Easter eggs in it for the die-hard Dread fans. Might have to give it another watch later. Over the Hedge. A strip mall opens on the other side of the woods. A mixed cuisine buffet becomes the target of an elaborate heist, but the owner doesn't just want to stop them. He wants to serve them. The Man from UNCLE movie. There was a Man from Uncle poster in the office at the end of The Gentleman. I'm really hoping that means something. Yes, that movie was like a prequel to the original TV show. There is so much more that they can do with those characters. Master and Commander. Master and Commander is the ultimate watch it with your dad movie. It's just an awesome, straightforward, action-adventure movie about manly men doing manly things on a boat. The plot is engaging, but never confusing, and there are no uncomfortable sex scenes, no modern technology, and nothing likely to set off a rant about modern society, politics, or youth culture in it. 10/10ths, would watch with my dad again. The lack of Napoleonic War movies is disheartening. That's such an interesting point in history. The Nice Guys. Ryan Gosling has underrated comedy chops. He's fantastic in this movie. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a sequel to this would be like a sequel to Blues Brothers. The movie alone is so good that it's not worth risking a sequel even though it has potential to be amazing. History of the World, Part 1. We never got Hitler on ice, but we did get Jews in space, Spaceballs. The name doesn't lend itself to a sequel, unfortunately. I mean, what are they going to do? Title it History of the World, Part 1, Part 2. It's a silly idea, really. I was waiting for the release of Hitler on Ice and Jews in Space though. Who Framed Roger Rabbit should have had a prequel, involving the Valiant brothers solving crimes, like clearing Goofy of spy charges for example during the war. Then have that tragic ending, in which Eddie Valiant's brother gets killed, and Eddie turns to drink and turns his back on helping Tunes. I wonder how difficult it would be to get both Disney and WB to share their properties in one movie again. This sounds pretty great. Constantine. It got an entire TV show. Sky High. The movie itself was okay, but the universe it set up was begging for more exposure. Good answer. With a spin-off for Owen Wilson, Bus Driver. Big Trouble in Little China. The official sequel script is online if you want to read it, as well as the more recent comic book sequels. There's a lot of sequel material if you're a fan. Anyone else remember Escape from LA? Not even Carpenter and Russell being involved could get me excited for this sadly. District 9. At least we have District 1 to 8 though. District 9 was a great sci-fi movie in that it had some great action scenes but was really about treatment of refugees, racism and the willingness of humans to exploit others for their benefit. Ultimately the ending provides a possibility of hope even as the aliens get relocated. The obvious sequel would be the aliens reaching Earth, but I think it would be difficult to create a story that would complement the tone of the first movie in a meaningful way. Potentially it could focus on classism, as it is stated in the first movie they believe the controlling class of the ship died and could intricate the alien society has massive class divides, but if that was true there wouldn't be a reason for them to come to Earth to pick up a few of their lower class workers. If the aliens came back to Earth it maybe try and take the resources, and it would likely lead to a movie of slave revolt which would lose any empathy created for the aliens on Earth. Or if they went the lazy way it would be humans fighting a war on aliens, and we would need the integrated tech created in the first film which would justify the antagonist's actions in the first movie. All in all, I'm okay a sequel hasn't been made. The Fifth Element. It's possibly my favorite movie, but I wouldn't want a sequel because the first one is perfect. Much like Galaxy Quest. Atlantis: The Lost Empire. I know, we got the straight-to-sequel mashup of 3 episodes of the TV show they wished to make. But there were plans for making a real sequel with the original team and a new original story. Loved that movie. Instead we got Atlantis: The Lost Empire 2, Atlantic Boogaloo. Sometimes, a really good movie is better off without a sequel. Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending to the legendary trilogy, but they made Toy Story 4 which didn't progress much from the previous film anyways. I enjoyed 4, but I would have been totally happy without it. I disagree. I thought the same thing until I saw it, and what I realized was that the end, if it had stopped with number 3, was simply the Andy story. Toy Story 4 was about Woody finally getting an ending of his own. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.